All right, here we go. Can you guys hear me? I think you guys should be. You guys can definitely
Yeah.
hear me. Can
This is
anyone in
on
the chat hear me?
YouTube.
Yeah, it's on YouTube right now. All right, looks like they're rolling Prio. All right, they're getting right into it. So we
All
want
right.
you guys know what the lists are. It's Hellfire and X-Force. One list is gonna punch. One list is gonna eat those punches. Joining me tonight on commentary, we've got Mike Deluca. Hey, Mike.
What's up, Mike? Fellow Mike.
Yes, and Schmidt, who
Hey,
had a
how you
nice
doing?
deep top four run. Okay,
Not
here.
deep enough. That's why I'm cheering for my boy. All right.
Yeah, so we have some very biased commentary tonight. Mike, you were Sooners' teammate over at Squad Goals, and Schmidt, you were Curtis's teammate over at Squad Goals.
But that's the
You
best
know
part.
it.
You have one for each, though. I think that's
Yeah, we're
that's
not.
the way to do it.
I'm torn here because I've hung out with Sooner. He's an awesome guy, and we've got a college football dynasty going right now. And then Curtis was my Hellfire sensei here. Looks like Curtis is gonna pull Prio.
No.
Do I have this
Try out
backwards?
Oh,
Sooner one.
Oh, I do have this backwards.
Gamma cubes. Okay, that's interesting at least.
oh boy.
I know intrusions was the only one that I don't think Curtis wanted. And this is, I'm
Yeah,
guessing, Sooner talked to you, Mike, in the background, like about what he
yes.
liked. Okay, so we kind of know what the at least one side wanted and then one.
Yeah, so
Wow.
I messaged both of you, but I spoke to both players yesterday and asked them what they wanted to see or didn't want to see from the prior roll. Looks like they're picking 17.
Yeah,
And
Curtis was never going to pick 15, I think.
yeah, they were both talking a bunch about intrusions. Sooner definitely wanted that. Curtis didn't really fear it, but wasn't really looking forward to playing on it. So Gamma, I think, works out pretty well for Curtis for a fight he secure.
It for losing Prio, I think it's the one he wanted to see. If I had to guess, just by talking to him, um, obviously I think he wanted to win Prio and get extremists like every Hellfire player does. But all right. So what do you think? What do you think Sooner's going to play here? 17, 5. He
Both
always
Sooner was telling me a 17-18 threat is his sweet spot, so he was looking to play on this threat, so I think he's pretty happy with that right now. I don't think he wanted 15, and I know Curtis would rather 19-20 because he wants to scale up on that Hellfire leadership. So right now I think Sooner's pretty happy with the way things have landed so far.
Yeah. So it's 17. Sooner probably goes. He's probably gonna play Dynamo. So I guess he goes. Are you here, Mike? You haven't said
Yeah.
anything. Okay, I'm just making sure. I can still hear you. I guess it's 3-3-2 Dynamo cable, or he goes. Does he have enough fours to do this? No, he can't do that. He has to go. If he keeps Dynamo, he has to go for Bullseye and then 2 affiliated threes.
I do
Yeah,
know.
I think Deadpool's a lock, and then it's between Domino and 23. I could definitely see an argument for Domino, but if Curtis is playing Dynamo, maybe X23 Liz stays around. It's less bad because Exceptional's gone anyway now, so whatever. But
Yeah, he is playing.
might just be Dynamo off again.
Yeah, I know he's gonna play Bishop. Like I think he's like committed to Bishop, like no matter what.
All right, well, if he's playing Dynamo Bishop Emma, then no Bill, no Rhino.
That's 12. Okay, he couldn't play both. I think he's gonna play Bishop. He might not play Dynamo. He might just play Bill instead of Dynamo and try to. I'm gonna say the word abuse, but I don't think it's abuse. I try to like control the other Dynamo by throwing him around a lot.
So one thing Curtis told me is that he really wants to play Bishop today. Like he was going to start whatever squad with Bishop. Let's see if he honors that. He wants to be that guy that champions this character that no one else is playing. And he did. He brought up Bishop.
That's probably what I expected to see from him.
I think I mean, it's a lot of displacement. It's a really good Gamma team.
And then see if he chose X23 or he chose X23. I guess we like without you don't have a exceptional anyway, so just fucking roll with her.
Yeah, that's what I said.
He does have joint
Yeah.
effort, so maybe we'll see a joint effort Crimson Dynamo beam at some point.
That'd be cool.
Let's make sure I got these on the players on the correct sides. I do. We'll zoom in here. I didn't.
I guess with cubes too, it's probably X23 is not a bad one to have because it is chip damage that does that up. So
Really surprised Sooner didn't bring Brace. Oh no, he does have brace. I'm blind. Never mind.
Yeah, I don't.
You got me all shocked for a second, Deluca. I didn't see it. I was like, he didn't bring brace. Curtis is about to fall over in his chair.
Yeah, I don't think any of the tactics cards here are that surprising. Joint effort, I think we'll probably see that on Dynamo Beam, and then recal for Kurtis is going to be nice. Although he doesn't have a whole lot of options, right? After the rotation.
Yeah, I didn't know what he had. Character cards. He had his own joint effort. I think he like. I mean, he used it versus me too. It's nice for that spike, right? Somebody goes and rolls. Fucking an X-Force cable gets 10 hits or something, and then he recals it.
So let me ask
Alright.
you guys something, Mike. Post rotation now, we don't live in an eyes world. So based on where Kurtis is deploying build, do we expect that maybe no one's going to go for that cube right away? We're going to wait till a later round pickup on that?
I think Kurtis has telegraphed. I suspect Kurtis is going to send Bishop on the opposite flank of Bill here, and he might just grab cubes or something on the Sooner side. I don't know.
Mm.
It's hard to say. I mean, Bill can grab any of those 3 cubes on his side of the table, so.
I guess Sooner has priority, so he's got to. Bill can either double walk to the center or go to the side if he needed.
That's true. I don't expect either player to maybe go for that cube, that center cube right away. Just based on talking to Sooner, his whole goal right now, he wants Kurtis to stop in the center and just kind of light him up a bit.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. It's rare that I see Dynamo on something like Gamma. Don't see it opposing Dynamo. I feel.
He didn't even have it in his roster until the rotation.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't either. No, I did. Geisman put it in. Two people put it in after the rotation. So from an outsider perspective, outsider, Mike, you've been casting them, and Deluca, you've been watching them, and I've been playing them. So we have kind of 3 different perspectives. Do you like the locked lists
100%.
this season?
Yeah. I know a couple of my locals that they dabble with the league sometimes. They didn't play once they were hoping we'd go back to lock lists like Toast.
Mm-hmm.
And then he bounced out this season because he really didn't want to play with the unlocked lists. And I mean, I still play each season because I just like having the LFG there. It makes it a little bit easier to find games at night. But I made cuts twice. I would have preferred both times if we had locked lists. If anything, it's just fun to look at and talk about and point people towards stuff to look at. Mike, you skipped this season, right? But you played in the previous couple before that?
Yeah. I skipped this one. I played in all the ones prior
Yeah,
to
because
that.
you beat Lucas last season. I remember watching that one.
No, Lucas beat me in the cut.
Did he beat you in cuts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lucas brought out the Lucas
Wow.
brought out the Cassandra Nova Hellfire.
Oh,
Yeah, Lucas
that's right.
was just counterpicking me, and
Yeah.
then we played in the Spork League, and I counterpicked him. I didn't even
Yeah,
counterpick him. I just
so
didn't
that's
play my
kinda-
thing. And then
So
it was-
are you a fan of the locked?
Yes,
in the-
yeah. I used to not be when like Morgan and Lucas were like spreadsheeting the crap out of everything, but I think I've come back around on it. The cut should be locked and the switch should not be.
Patrick in the chat mentioned something about prep and maximizing their play. I could assure you that Sooner definitely was not prepping for this because he's been all about college football. He, myself, and Right Mad, and now Nick Patry are in an online dynasty together, and that has been taking up our time.
Yeah, he's
I
been
know that
talking
Kurtis
about it
hasn't
for a while.
played any games. It's one thing I could say through the season that I know is that I haven't seen many people like practicing their game like 100 times. Like we talk about it, right? That's not that hard. And we like go through like, hey, do we want intrusions? What kind of things do we like and not? But I only played my last combo games were like all the season or the one local I had. So it's definitely no Morgan Reed. I wasn't there for that like 100 games into the of the same list. And I am glad that when the top 4 came and we had to change, because that no one really like changed, right? I put like 2 new models in. I like changed Shang out and stuff, and we all kept our affiliation, pretty much the same identity. Which I was almost going to change the Suns potentially, so I would have been a bad guy. But I was like, I'm going to ride it out, and you have people watching and following you. I know in X-Force channel, I see all these people cheering for Sooner, and I bet if he would have like changed to, I don't know, webs or something, just because of the changes that came, people would have been pretty disappointed. Which is why I think Lockless has really been good for the fans because they know what's coming. It's not. I remember
Yeah.
last year. What was it? It was like Convocation versus Brotherhood was the finals title, and it was like Cabal versus Cabal.
Yeah,
I should.
we saw just now Zemo picking up a cube, going back to the home gamma. Deadpool doing the same, 23 doing the same. They're both just lining up. No one's going for that center cube just yet. I'd be curious to see what Kurtis does next. I'm assuming grab with Bill, but does he go back towards his home or?
I think I'll go towards his home. I think he's also potentially willing to be like, I'm either going to get it on the last activation, or try to go after somebody in the middle.
Yeah, Hyper, that it's definitely more thematic. We weren't giving credit to that, but Bishop versus Cable is definitely very thematic.
Are they enemies?
Yeah, there's
Are
been a
they
few
time
different.
traveling enemies?
Yeah, there's been a few different storylines between
Okay.
cartoons and comics. Sometimes Bishop isn't always written the best.
I don't know. I watched X-Men 23, and they were both, or X-Men 97, sorry, and they were there, but I don't know enough about the comics. So Deadpool has one. Okay, so 2 healing factor people. Again, another good reason to have healing factor people. Now, pretty much everybody that has a cube can be healed in some way. So all that chip damage it does when you're like playing webs and other affiliations don't matter when you're playing Hellfire and healing factor, at least not in the beginning.
So eventually, someone's got to commit something to the center here. Looks like it's going to be Kurtis going with Bishop.
Nice.
I thought maybe we would see a Okoye move up to be within range 2 or something of Bishop. Before that, just setting up. But I guess he can't bodyguard round 1 anyway.
He could. What he'll probably do is, let's say he takes a hit, right? So right now he hasn't popped the leadership. So if something goes up like I don't know, it's Dynamo or Cable, right? And pops him for a damage, he'll move up Okoye to the back point, pop the leadership, heal whatever he takes, and then have bodyguard for the last activation. So I think that's what he's setting up for. And then maybe an Emma last activation move and attack anyone who's near the midline.
So here's a question I have, and this is something I always think about, and I think middle players like myself are always looking to get better, and I think something on ease, Mike, if I pick up a cube, right, and I've got a cube now on Bill, I've got a cube on Bishop, and these are guys I want playing in the center, I always get nervous bringing those guys to the center where they're kind of designed to be, while also I feel like I'm bringing the asset right to my opponent there. So how do you kind of rectify that, and what's your advice on that for people watching right now who want to get better?
I guess I'm trying to understand the question.
So
like, are you saying
Bill
when you know
and
it's
Bishop
good?
are holding cubes, right? And if you're playing, somewhat of a scenario game, we've got eight
boy.
VPs on the board.
Hold on. We should not be talking about a strategy right now. We should be talking about the game. Bishop just took a massive hit.
Yeah, he's taking 4 right now.
It was a good roll for sure.
I guess in terms of
Well, the question I was asking directly relates to what's happening on the screen right now.
yeah.
Which
So
is,
when do you know when? How do you know when to grab the middle? So
well, not just grab the middle, but committing characters to the center while they're holding extracts. Bishop, he wants him in the center, but at the same time, now he's eaten 4 damage. I'm going to assume the next time he gets hit, maybe he's looking at a fallback play after that.
He might.
Well, so Corey's just going to come up. They're going to lose the leadership, and then
Mm.
bodyguard one shot potentially. Okoye could just explode there because she's not heavy martial arts or anything like that. So, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I think Kurtis is just banking on Bishop rolling wilds, right, on defense. So,
Yeah.
I think he's gambling, and it is what
Yeah,
it
with
is.
reverse Pierce, like it's such a you get 1 or 2, you eat Cable's activation if you
Yeah, the
throw
odds
one
that
ball.
Dynamo does 4 there in one attack is pretty low. So,
All right,
yeah,
Okoye is going to take a swing at Dynamo.
Get him back.
It doesn't look like it.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah, Dynamo's safe. But presumably he activates leadership. What's the value we have to look out for Bishop on power? Is it 8?
It would be 8, yeah. Even if he's at 7, his overload happens before he gains power for the power phase. So he has to be at 8 when the round starts.
So Okoye is going to bodyguard at least one of the attacks that's going to come in right now from Cable. If she survives, that's great. Bishop's not going to end up on overload, but if she doesn't survive, which is very possible, rolling 5 with rerolls. Let's see if she's within 3. I assume she is.
Yeah, Cable looks like he's in 3 of Okoye. Looks in to me, but we'll see.
Looks like Sooner just paid power.
Yeah, he didn't get it. Yeah, he body slid. That's
okay, right.
All right, well, I guess we're gonna roll 5. See, so this is kind of tough here because Cable doesn't have rerolls into Okoye. So if he bodyguards here and Cable whiffs, body for the second one. And in fact, there's not even a sacrifice, so Bishop could just get nuked here. Like, I don't know. It's all right. We're gonna gamble. Okoye might just explode.
Yeah, I mean, 3 so far.
I'm not even that upset if Okoye even goes down here, honestly, if I'm Sooner. Like, just the faster she's gone, the better things are.
I think
I'm not
Kurtis
even
is going to
X-Force
try to take 2 damage here. I feel like.
So I didn't catch the measurement. She was outside of 3, or he's
Yeah,
looks like he's measuring. Yeah.
She's out. All right, so Sooner didn't reroll any. Okoye got. Oh, I thought that was a wild. Okay, taking 2 on fire. Unless Kurtis wants to take cover, I guess. Probably won't. Oh, Zemo reroll. Okay.
Now he has the choice to take
take a
0 or take.
I think you just take 1, right? Probably.
He can take 0 with cover. He's going to take 0 or 2, right?
No, he took 1. He blocked 2. Yeah.
But doesn't he have cover?
Now Okoye can't bodyguard. He chose to not take cover, Schmid.
I guess so. He has it at the top of the turn. Okay, that's fair.
The damage is going to get healed anyway. All right, so we're probably shooting Bishop now. Yeah, we got 4 dice on Kurtis' side.
Crit coming from Kurtis.
Still no wild from Kurtis.
Oh, see, that's the big one, right? That's the kind of roll, right? It's basically 4 blocks. And...
Oh, Bishop's immune to Incinerate anyway. Yeah, we're not doing anything.
X-Force reroll. Oh, no.
No, he didn't.
Reverse Pierce.
Reverse Pierce.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of like stuff where it's.
Yeah, you probably feel real good
Like
right
at the
now,
end
Kurtis.
of the day, right? Like we saw the dynamo spike, and this is where people talk about dice spike. I use air quotes because they're not really spikes. It's just MCP, right? It's just a little more random. If you told me at the end of the day he'd take 3 and she'd take 1 from that full activation, I think we'd be like, that seems well within reason. Him not getting the power to like throw the house or something was probably a big deal because now if he doesn't do it at the top of the turn, Kurtis is probably just gonna start chucking shit at him. What is this measurement? Oh, of course, Emma.
Yeah, Kurt's gonna look for the bow trigger here to tie the middle.
Actually, one thing. Well, let me see what this attack does before I. Oh shit!
Oh yeah.
Okay, see, you get stuff like that the opposite way too, right? Like.
You get it's the trigger plus damage is coming in. He's feeling real good right now.
2 damage plus the trigger. He's gonna be able to take him out of the gamma, so we'll get it popped from that too. I feel like Emma always hits that stupid trigger on 5 dice.
Not mine.
Just his. But yeah, I think when he attacked with Okoye, it almost was like you don't want to do the damage to Dynamo because if he did 1, then Sooner would have range to pop up and do like a 10, 2 beams from far away, so giving him the booster shot. So I think when he threw the shot at Dynamo, he probably almost shouldn't have done it. Now that I think about it.
Why does Dynamo have no power? He shot Bishop and then spent 2 to place.
Yep. Yep. All right. 4-3.
All right, Sooner with Prio. Do you open up with cable here, or do you just go with Dynamo and take some shots?
I think you just ripped Dynamo, man.
Yeah. Gamma damage on cable. Yeah, I didn't see there, but I would imagine he's going to be able to get Okoye and well, he could just reposition.
I think you
No, he
get
won't be able to reposition.
everybody. You have to pick between Zemo and Emma, otherwise you can get everything else.
Just an FYI, you two are going to hear me cough or drink water, but they won't. I mute myself for them, not for you two.
Oh, okay. Should read the chat.
Dem boots. That's what we got there. That's what you missed, Schmidt.
What I miss?
Nothing. Mike was on top of it too.
Oh.
All right. So what are we measuring here?
So you just want to go with Deadpool and try to pop off?
Yeah, so I think Emma's outside of 4 of Dynamo. Curtis was measuring that.
Yeah,
so Dynamo's not at really that much risk. You could maybe go with Deadpool here and just shoot Bishop. Yeah, looks like that's what he's doing.
Leg day?
Seems like it. And just checking the Emma damage range. So you get the healing factor now on Deadpool, who's also kind of squishy already, so you can burn Tactus cards to keep a cable activation alive or whatever. So see if Deadpool can spike here into Bishop. I think it'll be pretty big if he gets it.
All right.
Curious if he'll
What's the trigger he's looking for here on Deadpool? Is it
hit or
Hit
wild?
hit wild? Okay.
They put in the Okoye.
All right.
Okoye is currently blocking it.
Yeah, so
And she has.
okay, yeah,
Does she have cover as well?
Sooner's just gonna keep his one hit. He's not gonna do any rerolls. So he's gonna try to gamble and shoot into Bishop, who can't play sack. Koi can't play sack now if she takes no damage. Yeah, so Sooner's gonna reroll his hit because Kurt's probably thinking about rerolling his block. Yeah, so now Koi is screwed. Alright, shooting Bishop, I assume. He got the trigger, assuming Bishop doesn't roll wilds. He did.
I could feel Curtis's smile right now. He's
Yeah, I mean,
still has got a karate
away from
reroll,
that knight.
and he's got the. Oh, there you go.
Oh,
He
no,
gets the hit.
He's
you pierced the hit. You have to X-Force reroll the skull now.
yeah.
If X-Force reroll goes through, Bishop just dies, I think. So I think you reroll skull here.
No, he's doing 1 damage. Right?
Oh,
Bishop- because he's blocking.
Bishop has 2 blocks. I
Yeah,
apologize.
He needs that. Whoa.
Yeah, so that the hit got pierced, so not gonna do anything.
Why didn't he X-Force reroll?
Yeah. What's the negative aspect of doing the X-Force reroll?
I'm not sure.
That was weird.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now so he's going to leadership, obviously, but he's going to probably go with Bishop and throw Dynamo away, I guess.
Take a pot shot first. He was measuring range 2 off of X23 from cable.
Yeah, for sacrifice. Curtis is probably thinking about shooting cable with Bishop and then throwing and backing up, I'd imagine. I don't know. Yeah, throw Dynamo or whatever.
Yeah, he can certainly throw Dynamo into cable as well, right? Let's try to. He does have
Throw it.
Breeze.
The only thing I don't like about that is I don't want Dynamo to get a power. I don't want him to have the rocket booster online. So, like, I mean, it's still good. I mean, you'd take the damage if you could. So, ooh,
Well, shoot in a cable. I didn't see. He did he boost the shield or no?
He did.
He did. Okay, yeah.
There's no trigger, right? It's just
No,
autos in there, close
within
range.
3. Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, whoop.
Puts a little bit of damage in on him.
Why
What is
does he remove it?
He's taking.
Fallback. He might be playing fallback. I think he's thinking about it because he pulled the.
Yeah, so cool interaction, I believe, is if you fall back out of range 3, Bishop doesn't incinerate you.
Yeah, he's not within the range 3 anyway. So
Yeah, I didn't think he was within 3.
he's like he's just over 3. He's like at 4, but I think he doesn't want to take the second shot. Oh, he took it. Okay.
Are you spending the power presumably to throw Dynamo into no man's land?
I'm curious where he throws them because it's either like in the building or you just.
I think he's just going right into cable.
Yeah, I guess if you just burn the brace, like sure Dynamo can walk up and do his stupid ass beam, but like then like Bill can walk up and throw a size 4 building at cable, right? Like good throw. Angle at least. Oh, he's gonna walk backwards. I was like, why didn't he shoot a second shot first?
All right, he pays for the brace on cable, takes 1 on Dynamo, so Dynamo will be able to portal himself up with his boots and take a shot. We'll take 2 shots.
But I think but he's not getting much out of it, right? He's gonna walk up and if he boosts forward, he might get 3 people if he's lucky.
I think he should be able to. Well, I guess it depends on where Bishop goes, but it looks like Bishop's going to stay where he is. Just shooting into cable again.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, so Bishop's out of disruption field. Kurtis measured the throw angle pretty well. So it looks like sacking a Dynamo now.
Can't auto incinerate him. The perils of the ranges.
Dynamo's red though, so I don't think he's within 3.
Yeah, he's not. That's why. Like, okay, well, Dynamo blocked well, so.
Yeah, not a bad roll either from Kurtis.
Yeah, I mean,
it's Dynamo stuff
again, and I'm not going to go into MCU dice, but you could be like, "Oh my god, look at that roll from both," and ends up in 1, which is about fair in the end of the day. So, speaking of leadership, he's got leadership here, right? Yeah, everybody's damn. This is the max value leadership you can get. Everybody needs the healing.
Sooner realized he can't explode the crit, but the math is still the same.
Yeah. So now it gets like spicy-ish I think for Kurtis purposes. This is kind of like the burn the brace early. Sure, you might take a beam from Dynamo coming forward, but now you have size 4 buildings, 2 people with throws, and a size 3 Dynamo that might just kill his own team potentially, right? Like,
how
definitely. I mean,
do you have to go with cable here if you're Sooner?
Yeah, 100%. Bill's just going to walk up and kill you otherwise.
Yeah.
What would you do? You'd walk up Bill and just throw the size 4, or his email?
Yeah, just throw the size 4 at him.
Yeah. Are you Deluca? Are you a fan of like chip damaging people down? I come from Malifaux where sometimes in MCP I'm like, oh, Cable has so much 7 life. I know it's not that much. I don't even want to bother attacking him. And there's people who are just like gripping and ripping, just keep throwing dice at people, and eventually I'm like, oh, they're all dead.
Depends. Depends on what I'm playing. Depends on what I'm playing against. I've done both.
Do you think here for Hellfire it's smart just to keep throwing attacks into Cable, get rid of him?
I mean, I think that situation made sense. Like, Kurtis has burned through 3 cards already. And he's bought enough time for the leadership to kind of reverse damage. Bishop rolled a couple wilds, that saved him, so...
Mm-hmm.
So Cable needs to do some damage here, otherwise he's not going to have the power to throw anything, and I think you want to throw that size 4 before Bill can. So if you can generate the power, I think you can still get a pretty good turn out of Cable here. Going into Bishop.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, just two coming in.
But the reverse piece,
Yeah.
it's like strange, but like it's one of those you roll them and feels.
Yeah, I played some Bishop with like Kitty Pryde and Cable where I could buff his dice and you get that a little bit more consistently. But Kurtis is he's just doing it. He just does not care.
This is if he ends up winning the game on the back of Bishop, like rolling wilds like crazy, he is going to.
He's gonna be so happy about it. I've talked to him a little bit about Bishop, and
Yeah.
like he tells me, he's like, "Yeah, you just gotta roll wilds." But I'm like,
Yeah, I think Bishop. I don't even think he gets that bad a rap per se. It's just like you're in a leadership that can give him the power to keep the throws going, and he heals.
yeah,
Right. So like it's one of these. I know he's snarky about it when he does it. He's like, "Why doesn't everyone play Okoye?" And we're all like, "Oh, because you can't. No one has Hellfire leadership to heal her and bodyguard all the time." So that's this affiliation can make things look anything look good in a sense. I mean, obviously, and he was borderline. He was never like unplayable.
yeah. So he fell back there with Bishop, and now that forces Sooner to move his Cable. So he's got his 5-threat character on life support, wasn't able to throw this turn, and had him spend an action moving back towards his home Gamma. It's really, really strong. First couple of activations for Kurtis here.
Yeah, well, this is the parity thing, right? Like Kurtis, if they all just stand where they are, Kurtis wins. Right? Kurtis has no reason to go to the midline unless.
I mean, you could like walk up with a Zemo Spender away.
Yeah. I mean, he could do. Yeah, you could still project
and be
damage.
be very safe about it.
I'm just saying he doesn't have to.
Yeah.
Do it. And that's always a powerful position to be in. And being in the damage, quote unquote, lead. But even like, right, because he also gets last activation. So he could last activation, walk up, throw a building at somebody, or throw Dynamo into the netherworld.
Yeah, I mean, Sooner is going to get, because he's got 2 power on Dynamo, so he's going to be able to move him up and get attacks into 3 or 4 characters, presumably twice, especially. I mean, he's got a sacrifice still available to him, but if you're launching 8 attacks with Dynamo, I mean, Mike, I think you'd agree, chances are one of those is going to go off. So I don't think by any means Sooner's. He's not in a great spot, but Dynamo can just swing an entire game on his own.
Well, Sooner's been good about this. Like even in his top 8 game.
Top 8 game against
He
Hellfire.
was down by a lot, and it's funny because sometimes I think there's games where like. Again, this is not out of hand by any means, but there's games where people get ahead and the enemy's like, okay, I have to go, right? But that was always like the best play, and the other person like runs away too early. I'm not saying Kurtis did either, and like I think that's actually what happened in the top 8 game. I thought the Hellfire guy was going to win, and I think he's like the turn before when Sooner like killed a bunch of things and tied it up. I was like, he probably committed too early to like really stop doing damage and was like, I'm gonna try to hold on instead of like getting a key days and stuff like that. And this is where like the Cable damage comes in. If Sooner ever has like a huge turn and like loses Prio, I think Kurtis is gonna try to kill Cable either way. He always has the button of I'm gonna walk up and throw something at Cable and daze him and have a good swing turn set up. Whereas if he didn't do any damage, that wouldn't be the case. So,
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see Kurtis use Sacrifice into Okoye in an attempt to just manipulate priority at some point. That's like one of the main draws of Okoye for him is being able to manipulate priority.
I think he likes having last activation until it's time to not have last activation. But I think in like this setup, he's happy to have. He's gonna just move into a slightly better position, take away his incinerate. I don't know what he was measuring there. If there was anything special that he measured, but all right, Bullseye, what are you doing, bud?
Walk up, hit and run.
Yep. I love Bullseye. He's like my favorite 2 threat. This is where he just kills Bishop. Bishop rolls no wilds. Doesn't even need the thing.
All right, let's see what he does.
I don't know why I'm not looking at the dice. I can go wherever I want. He did 2. Did Bishop roll? Was that Bishop's roll?
No, that was his roll from before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, did he get a wild again?
We're all silent to see what is he thinking about here.
I think Kurtis is debating sacrifice.
What does the sacrifice get you here, Mike? If like you're not going to be able, you're not manipulating priority with that because Okoye already went. Is he worried that Bullseye is going to put 3 or 4 damage into Bishop right now?
Could be.
Oh, he is
He
sacrificing.
is attacking it. Wow.
Huh.
I'm surprised.
Is it maybe? I don't. I guess. Oh, into Bill?
The only reason I can see this is if he wants to try to get a trigger to like move forward or
Yeah,
something.
maybe he wants to look for the aggressive walk, throw
Like-
something at Cable, and walk back. That could be a really strong turn if that's what he's looking for here.
I could see him getting the aggressive, walking, throwing Dynamo like really far away, and then just walking backwards again.
Yeah, so let's
Um,
let's see. I didn't. So Bill took a damage, so he will be
Yep.
able to aggressive, and
Yep.
I'm imagining that's what Kurtis is looking for.
Yeah, because instead of having to double walk into the middle of the team, he gets a short walk into a
Yeah.
medium, into a throw, into walk backwards. I'm curious if he just throws Dynamo away or if he or if he tries to kill Cable with something. Oh, he's gonna try to kill Cable.
Yeah, that's one of those moments that when I watch these games, I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I wouldn't have thought to do that.
No, I like that. I think it's a good play. Well, you also know that like Bill's not in the way that's the setup is right now. Bill's probably the least likely to get like blown off the board. So, with the reduction, with healing, all this stuff, like taking a damage with basically a short move is not a big deal. So what is he doing? So he's gonna walk.
Oh my, he's
there.
gonna either throw Dynamo into Cable or just throw him away. Yep, spending 3 power.
Just saying.
Into Cable. What does he get here?
Okay, so he did.
Oh, yeah, he's done. And he slowly chipped 3 damage in the Dynamo over the last turn.
Yeah, I mean,
It's-
and this is like what kind of he has mentioned before with all the throws and why he probably took this over Dynamo in a sense of just like once the brace is gone, it's just he has 3 throws. He has Emma Spender and 2 size 4 throws, and it's just there's not big health bars over there, right? I see 5, 4, 4, 6 with armor, and then 7. So that's a nice beam at least. Can he get there in 1?
Yeah, talking with Sooner, he was really concerned about X-Force long-term losing exceptional healing just because they're such a squishy faction anyway. Like, he's
Yeah.
really reliant on Dynamo and Luke Cage keeping his team alive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and even though we mentioned, the healing factor, and it always helps to keep the chip away, or else it'd be really bad. You still have to, factor in that they're starting a turn with 4 life and 3 life.
It looks like he's
And they don't
hitting
have
Bishop, Okoye, and Emma with this beam, by
Did
the
he
way.
make it to Emma?
It looked like it made it to Emma to me.
Okay.
Alright, going into Bishop first.
Yeah, it's smart, so Okoye can't mess it up. Oh,
Oh,
rough.
oh wow. So,
I
Mike,
think it's a May, right? Because he doesn't.
No, it's not.
It doesn't matter because he's going to get the power anyway from the. Dude, this is fucking.
Mike, Sooner. Is he laughing at that, or is he pounding that desk a little bit there?
Probably both. Oh boy, yeah.
And he whiffs the second attack.
Who was that
Yeah,
on?
he whiffed 2 attacks completely, and then Bishop rolled 4 wilds.
Hey, this is the game we choose to play, right?
I mean that's what he said, right? Like X Force's plan A is their plan B, or whatever you want to call it. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Takes
you
a hit.
X-Force reroll here, and you might get a kill. I guess
You can
you
get
know,
him
just
here.
emo reroll on the Bishop, yeah. Actually, this is kind of big. He's gonna... Bishop needs to block this. Now Bishop just dies in the power phase, I think.
He's gonna die to cubes anyway. Yeah.
Oh, cubes, yeah. Damn.
Oh yeah, that would be cool if he left him on 2 and then he died the cubes and then died in the power phase.
Yeah.
That would be kind of funny. But now he's gonna wake up with 4 health. I mean, and Kurtis does have Dynamo does have Prio. But I guess it depends on what
Alright, we got 2 more beam shots. We can do something.
she in cover still.
Now, does he choose Okoye before Emma because he wants to maybe get 2 shots into Okoye if she bodyguards? Like,
I don't think he's thinking Kurtis is going to bodyguard the
Hmm.
Emma shot anyway, so I don't know if it matters that much in this case, but Kurtis is gonna save his power for next turn's stuff. I think he took a damage on purpose there too.
all right, and Emma?
She gonna shock him? He shocked her. That's something.
It's a pretty bad Dynamo turn. Not much you can do about it.
Hmm. So we have Zemo left. Zemo can choose to swing. I mean, is there a reason to... Dynamo's on 7 power. You might as well take some shots into him with Emma and Zemo.
I think Zemo's going to go after... He might go after Deadpool here at the end of the round. We'll see.
Oh, he's holding, so he can charge Master Swordsman. But if you whiff the attack, you might be in a rough spot.
I think he
Just
might.
walk away.
I think he might take the shock off Emma and just attack Dynamo.
Hmm.
Because if you get the advance, which we all know Kurtis will get the advance. No, he didn't, but he got a good shot.
Well, he's got 2 crits coming in. Still might get it.
And Zemo reroll. But yeah,
Or we might just kill him.
he got it and he got the
5, blocking 1 plus DR. So he's going to take 3. Yeah. That couldn't have... This particular round couldn't have gone any better for Kurtis, but at least Sooner's going to have Prio with Cable with some power on him. Dynamo, who's in a good position to hit 3 or 4 characters.
X-23 is just
Yeah,
sitting back.
yeah. The thing with X-23 though is now that we don't have, exceptional healing or whatever, you're a little bit more afraid to put her up and just start swinging. It's like Zemo can just blow her off the
But you
board
gotta
with
do
the charged
something.
master sword. Yeah, you have to throw some dice.
Yeah, that's the thing we talked about, right? Like he's not scoring the middle as of right now. I think he's gonna go set up a joint effort beam. And he's gonna try to get within range of everybody.
His joint effort is based on the amount of allies you have in the area.
Yep. So he'll get +2 dice for X-23 being up there.
Right, because he counts himself. If his dynamo moves up.
No, just other allies. So he'll just 7 dice beams for 1 beam.
What's he looking for?
He's measuring for Zemo, but he can charge anyway. So I kind of like Mike's play of going after Deadpool, but he might go after her. Oh, he didn't do it. Okay, well, I guess he wanted to be on the center.
Yeah, now that he fed X-23 there, I think you just go for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's setting up a spender next round potentially. Emma's also sitting on 7 power, so next round she could walk up and spend her someone, which is going to be could be really problematic.
Yeah, I mean it's one of those turns that like if Kurtis doesn't like get 3 people dazed instantly, it's
Yeah, so we're seeing the charge come out from Zemo, presumably a Master Swordsman.
I don't. Do you think he will? He will.
Yeah, he
Okay.
did. Yeah.
Try to kill her.
I mean,
get her
what's
cube.
right? Because the play pattern is you want to now get the power to spend her and walk backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Solid hit coming in. Getting Master Swordsman rerolls. Showing 4 so far. Zemo reroll. We got 5. Good strong hit. And now X23's native reroll.
So she takes
She
3.
takes 3. She's bleeding. But like Zemo got what he wanted, right? He's gonna be able to now spend her and walk backwards
Mm-hmm.
into the
The
bunker.
thing is, so with the cube, do you care enough about picking it up? It's a point, but then you keep yourself in like. Okay, he's not. Is he? Did he spend her or did he do rerolls? Do we know?
He's sword spend.
He sort of spend. Okay. A good choice, I guess. In that case.
There's really no reason to spend her if you're intending on picking up the cube.
Yeah, no. That's why I was wondering if he would like ever leave it on the ground or anything weird.
Wow, X23 might be alive. She needs a block, I guess. It's the genius reroll. No.
So she just died.
Well, this would have been a cool opportunity to use instant recovery if we had it.
But after the first attack, yeah.
Actually, he might not have had the power for it. Does it cost?
It's
No,
after-
he would. Yeah, because
He would have had to do it on the
damage.
first attack, yeah.
No, you could take the damage and then play the card. I think.
Yeah. You just can't die, but he would have had to do it on the first attack because you can't die.
Yeah. He would have survived with instant.
He would have
recovery.
survived the second attack. Correct. Yes, you're right there. So.
Yeah, I mean, Sooner walked X23 up to make. He's got to make a play here because
Yeah.
sitting in the back isn't going to win him the game at this point, and he's just he would have been happy to not lose the cube VP, but he was expecting to. So
do you open up with Dynamo now, join effort, and just see where you are after
I
that?
think he just got to go ham. Yeah.
I don't think a joint effort is 2 dice for Zemo, right? It's within range of the enemy, so I don't think you join effort here.
He might even lead with X23, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I could see that too.
Yeah, you could. She's sitting at how much power does she have right now?
Yeah, that's
7?
why he put the cube there. So Bishop died and dropped the cube. So I think Stooner's going to pick up the cube, and then he's just going to try to go ham and get rid of as many models as he can. Probably Okoye, Zemo, Bishop. Those are probably likely targets. Sack's gone, so if Okoye just dies to 1 attack, you frenzy, and you can maybe kill 3 models. So, and the cool thing about X23 is she can pierce Bishop's wilds.
Yes, you can.
So, Mike, do you target a different character and look for Okoye to bodyguard it, or do you just go into Okoye since you're at range 3, try to get her off the board, use the frenzy, then go to Bishop?
I think I would just rip a spender into Zemo immediately. Pick up the cube, spender Zemo.
Okay.
I think you force her to bodyguard because otherwise she's gonna have the power and do it at the perfect attack. So don't like give her what he wants type thing.
Yeah, so if you go into Zemo, you're forcing, like if Zemo dies, if he drops 2 cubes, you frenzy, you can grab 3 cubes and like run away. That's like a line, or you can spend her again and walk away. You can also, you remove, if Zemo goes down, the Geniusaur is down. Oh, okay, it's going into Bishop. Guess he wants to get rid of him. Bishop spender would be pretty awful here. Yeah, Bishop walks in.
He's thinking about it. He's thinking about something.
Yeah, it's just whether you bodyguard or not.
He's gonna take it. Alright, 6 dice. What do we get? Not a great hit, but we might, with the rerolls, come into something here. 3
Okay.
hits. And looks like he's doing his X23 native reroll. Showing 1 block for bishop. 2 blocks for bishops.
Takes 1. Yeah. I do think it's smart to probably accept the first one. Because I don't think he's going to be like super sad if Bishop... Like if Bishop lives, he will be ecstatic to walk up and like throw Dynamo away and get an activation out of Bishop before he dies. But I don't think he's going to be super sad if he doesn't have any cubes. Like this is the time to kind of say, okay, cube damage on Deadpool. Oh, that was you. Yeah.
Kurtis is also sitting on recal, so if Sooner does spike, he can just reset that and let's see what we do.
I think the thing is, like, if like he's going to bodyguard whatever attack I think comes next. At least I think he will. And then if Okoye doesn't die to that, then he's just going to go with Bishop, throw Dynamo away, maybe into somebody, and then probably walk backwards some leadership. Oh, yeah, he took the damage. Right.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Kurtis rip off a huge spender just to do it.
I'm researching what his spender does because I forget.
It can go up to what, 8 dice or 10? 10 dice? Yeah.
So you can do a 10 dice Mystic Spender in the middle of everybody.
Yeah, so Sooner's resolving the medium move after his spender.
Mm-hmm.
Pick up the cube.
I guess he's trying to remove cover from Okoye, probably. Because he used the reroll on the first attack, so...
That would be my assumption. Alright, another spender coming in. Okoye is going to bodyguard this one.
Yeah, if Sooner gets a kill here, it's going to be
why did Zemo gain 2 power?
Good hit from Sooner.
Um,
She doesn't have blanks or anything like that because she's outside of range 2. So
why did Zemo gain 2 power? Because he minus 2 power on accident.
okay, sorry. I was just reading back. Okay, so this is a cool
big hit coming in. He's going to pierce one.
Cody's dead, yeah.
Alright, well this is the line, Mike, that you were identifying before that you were looking for.
Yeah, she's just dead. If he rolls into a block, pierce, it still takes 2 and 3 and dies.
Okay, now you frenzy into Zemo? Because he's already identified that he has a problem with Bishop.
Man, I think you have to frenzy into Bishop. Like, I think a Bishop 10 dice spender might be the apocalypse. So I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see. I guess it looks like he's measuring to Zemo. So I guess if he can get a bunch of cubes, it might be okay.
He doesn't have fallback.
I mean, I've seen some 10 dice spenders from Bishop whiff. I know Simon's watching the chat. You've seen me whiff those. Not a great hit coming in from Sooner. I think he still has his X-Force reroll online, though.
No, he used it against Bishop, I'm sure. The first attack he used.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I'm 99% sure. He only got 2... We got 2 sets of rerolls because he Master Swordsman did. Nothing...
Just one shot. Yeah, the block converts.
Oh, and reverse pierce.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was Zemo. My mistake.
Mike, you there, buddy? You paying attention?
Yeah, bud. Don't Norbert us, man.
Alright, looking at the chat, too.
Yeah, so now I think... Yeah, see, Sooner's measuring the Bishop spender. On the bright side, you have a bunch of disruption fields for it. I guess if you throw Dynamo into outer space, then you don't. But it looks like only Cable can get hit by the spender, I think, on that pre-measurement. Well, All right, guess we're praying on dice.
Do you think Curtis will walk up and rip the spender?
I think he wants to. I think he definitely wants to.
Sacrifice is down. I could honestly see Bishop just walking and throwing the size 4 at Cable and
When
shooting
did he
him.
sacrifice?
When Bishop shot Cable the second time on round 2, he sacked a Dynamo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, he just ended up flipping it now. Okay, I was like, it didn't just happen.
Yeah, it ended up sucking because Cable ended up walking away because the Bishop
Mhm.
wilds or whatever.
I don't think he makes it to. Right?
Yeah.
That looks in, yeah.
Medium base.
Maybe Bishop's or Dynamo's body's in the way. I don't know.
Yeah,
Let's see if Curtis goes for it.
Nobility says, I don't play Hellfire, but I'm not a strong enough man to resist that. Right, I think at the end of the day, it's a toy game, and sometimes that allure of just rolling a bucket of dice is just really appealing to some of us. Our baser instincts. I don't think you'd sway Mike, though, on that, right, Mike? You're always looking for whatever the most optimal thing is.
Sure, I guess.
So what other options does Curtis have here? I mean, he could just
I mean,
go with Zemo and just like throw an attack and get
Bishop is really the only play here.
Because you're likely to lose him once Dynamo activates?
No, it's because Emma's going to walk spend or something. She's going to be relatively unsafe. Zemo you want later in the round, I would suspect. What's Zemo going to do? Is he going to sit on the back Gamma Shelter and die to Crimson Beams? Is he going to go dive and give up 2 cubes? Like, I think Bishop Spender throw is pretty high value right now. Bill kind of wants to go last anyway, because Bill's probably going to be the guy that walks to the middle and takes the middle point.
Magic Nick says, Bill Lightning Crimson outside of 3, walk throw a size 4 into Crimson.
No, Bill has 4 power. He can't.
doesn't have power for that.
Yeah, he needs 5 power for that, Nick.
Come on, Nick. I do kind of like what Mike said. I don't know if he makes it to Cable.
Yeah, that I think if the measurement looked more obvious, then I think Curtis would have just ripped it.
Yeah.
But it looks a little tight.
He could kill Deadpool if he wants to throw that size 3 Deadpool standing on at him.
Yeah, so look at it this way. How many points Curtis need to win? 7? So that's 5 cubes and you're home in the middle point. If you're able to scrounge up the Deadpool and the 23 cubes.
Yeah. I don't think he's trying to win this turn though. I think he wants to kill something so that he's in a good spot next turn for like I'll say a clap back, but is he gonna run him the cubes away? He might. It's a very Curtis play.
Ooh, I don't know if I like that. I think he might be giving a sooner an out if he does that. Okay, we have a spender and a dynamo.
Yeah, and walk away after that.
Destruction field that for sure.
Why do you hate that, Mike? Is he's gonna be able to score those 2 cubes right by the end of the round? Like no one's gonna be able to kind of hunt him down. Decent hit coming in, but good blocks.
Well, look at it this way: if Dynamo dives up and obliterates Bishop and Emma, then you're not going last anymore. Bill can no longer score the middle. You do have a chance that Bill just kills Cable. I don't know. Bill is not walk punch Cable. I think that's out of range.
Yeah, I mean if Dynamo does that though, Bill can displace Dynamo. You still score 4 VPs to go to 13.
So Zemo's just dying here in the cleanup phase.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
So that's something. Yeah, I think Sooners just got to play. I guess he's measuring Deadpool. Yeah. You can get some value out of Deadpool before he dies, potentially. Yeah, I don't like that runaway from Curtis. I think it's too early.
Yeah, Hyper Viper calls out too.
I
You're
think
you're
Curtis-
losing out on
Curtis-
rerolls from Zemo now and the rest of your team.
Curtis is getting nervous that Dynamo's going to nuke his team, and I think he ran away.
Well, I will say that my instinct was that's what I would have done, and there's a reason why I'm sitting here streaming this game instead of playing in it. So
I mean, I'm not playing here either. Like, maybe Curtis sees something I don't, but I do. I do. My gut tells me that's a little early to run away like that. Because Curtis still has some pretty good offense here in the tank. Like, I think you just going with Bishop and then following up with a Bill throw or something. You could just finish off a lot of Sooners team. Now Zemo's out of the game.
not a great hit coming in, but if you're protecting or keeping 3 cubes safe, what's sooner max scoring than 4 to go to 9? Puts him in striking distance, but it's going to be hard for him to chase. Rerolls came in from Deadpool, and looks like Bishop's taking 1.
All right, we're shooting again. Preying on Deadpool. There's Wild.
It's going to make the trigger much harder to get now.
Now we got the trigger when he rolled the Wild. Yeah, it's tough luck. The worst part about this is Deadpool's now in range of a Bishop Spender. Yeah. Yep, here it
And
comes.
so now the dynamo beams are starting to get less valuable because like you're
People-
going to hit double tap Emma.
Yeah.
I don't think Deadpool was the play there.
Yeah, I think it was too. You should just try to think if there's some weird measurement you could do for this. It's 10 inches. It's just a range 5, but it's not perfectly
I
straight.
think that's him. I'm pretty sure that looks very in.
That looks into me, but I mean, you go for it, right? Like,
Yeah, soon Curtis got
Amazing.
this.
Yeah,
he's
it
in.
looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in.
Yeah.
so do you throw the building to get rid of the cover? Oh, he's not the cover anyway because they're too close. But
You 100% throw the building. Throw it into Dynamo.
I meant first.
Oh, we're throwing Dynamo. Yeah, okay. I guess
Oh, so
Curtis
he
is worried
doesn't care
about
about-
the field.
So he'd rather just get 2 good spenders instead of.
Makes sense to me. You were unlikely.
get it.
You were unlikely to get Dynamo. Spike him with that attack anyway, so you might as well get 2 better hits into the other 2. He'll be able to spend up to do what? 9 dice on the spender.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 8
It's-
for the 10 dice.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess disruption field really does kind of mess with it.
Yeah, I think that was definitely the better play. All right, so he
And
spends
now you
5. I'm not sure what he'd be saving the other 2 for. I guess for potentially
Oh, I didn't realize it had
saving
push
1 for
up.
brace. Oh nope, he spends it all. Okay.
Nah, man, I think you just go all in on this. Bishop's a
Bishop's
dead
dead.
man. He should
Like
take
you just
it
accept Bishop is dead.
Yeah, he was debating something. All right. Does attack type matter here? I assume energy, I guess. To
Yeah,
This as long as it's not Mystic, or else you can't push Deadpool.
yeah.
take energy.
Okay. All right, cable pays for shields.
Or
Not a bad hit. Okay. But good blocks from Sooner, so he'll be able to survive this.
Yeah, that was on cable, right?
Yeah.
Or is that Deadpool?
So
yeah, the unfortunate part is the Wild is a push away
yeah.
on the attack, so Cable's going to be further out of the game.
And he's like butt to butt with. Like maybe he goes slightly to the left, I guess.
Yeah, I guess maybe 23 will block the parallel angle.
It
Yeah.
feels like it's
Okay,
gonna go
that's not bad then.
planned. We like to call those planned. We all think about the Bishop spender push when we move models. I mean, yeah. I guess he could maybe have tried to. Yeah, it doesn't matter. He's going to get the shields.
All right.
The slow doesn't matter that much.
Yeah, Deadpool dying here is not a huge deal.
Oh. Oh.
Good hits coming in. Well, not a bad hit.
He's dead if he doesn't roll it on this. He's one reroll to not die. Right? Does he have a damage on?
No.
Damage?
Oh, no, sorry. He's going to die to the cube then.
That's fine.
Yeah, but he'll score
Yeah.
first, so he's okay with that.
No, why are they killing him?
I think Kurtis is thinking he killed Deadpool, but he didn't. Yeah.
I would just get him the fuck away, yeah. I think the one reason, if you think about the Zemo play, I think maybe something in Kurtis's head is right now he has 3 cubes and his back point, he's scoring 4 minimum this turn. He's going to be at 13, and Zemo will daze, pick up his cubes, and run away. And so that's 2 points, and all he has to score is 1 more. Like, I think that's why he ran him away, because he's like, okay, now.
Look, I said running away was an out for Sooner, but Sooner went with Deadpool and did nothing with it.
So yeah. I agree that the punish of the running away didn't happen. Do you think he held his dynamo activation just too long?
Yeah, I'm typically looking to burn Dynamo first.
Yeah,
like,
I feel like if you get the 3 beams, just let it go, because now you're in like, okay, you don't really want to hit Bill because he's gonna get to walk forward for free and get power. Emma's back there. Okay, he's Bishop's. You don't even have a beam anymore, so he effectively doesn't even get a good dynamo activation this turn. I think it's gonna be something like, Bill's gonna. Does he still get last activation? He's Emma and Bill.
Nick is calling out in the chat that there's a possibility that maybe Bill double walks, throws someone off the back point to score it and close out the game. Yeah.
I like it. But he doesn't have that last activation, though. Like, I think we got to remember that. Kurtis.
I don't think that's happening right now.
Not a lot of great targets either for Cable to go after. I guess you try to get Bill to get a cube.
I mean, I think this game's pretty locked up at this point. I would be surprised if Sooner finds a way to win this. He really needed the X23 turn to go his way, and it wasn't quite enough.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think playing Deadpool this round when he did was a mistake. But, hey, if Deadpool kills Bishop, then it's not a mistake. So
that's a good point, Mike. I think the thing, we talk about Bishop and if he rolls the wilds, I think it's also extra. I'm not gonna say important, but like with somebody like Deadpool, right? He got the trigger. You roll 1 wild. It's not just the damage reduction; it's you lose the trigger. So it's super big on models like with the shocks, and 2 people here are immune to incinerate. So
Bishop was 1 wild away from not dying on round 2. Like he was dead. Yeah. He rolled 1 less wild. So I mean, that's the margin here. All right, we're shooting Bill. This is a Hail Mary. I think if Cable's able to get Bill, there's something here.
Yeah, he could turn off the cover at least on one of the attacks. Or one of the defensive rolls. Oh, that's not great for Jesus. Sooner.
That's not what you want to see. Maybe he'll incinerate him. It's a joke.
Yeah.
Or somebody in the chat calls me out. He's immune to incinerate. I know.
Shooting Bishop. I'm just going to roll more wilds for posterity.
Not a great hit coming in.
Sooner's dice a lot here this game. He had 1 good attack at the beginning with the Dynamo.
The very first attack, we're like, oh, this is a game. And then we're like, oh, we did damage.
Yeah, Cable can't even get power to throw anything. It's rough.
Yeah, Cable hasn't thrown anything yet.
It's definitely lights out, I think. Well, hey.
He's going for it. Like
Goes the size 1, bishop blocks nothing, dies.
Yeah, you gotta play to your.
Oh, is he throwing something? Is there a size
yeah,
one?
He deleted the size 1.
Oh, I didn't see it. There we go. Get him. Hope he dies to it.
We all were kind of hoping for him to die.
I mean, he's auto dead to bullseye, but
yeah.
Anyway,
I won a tournament game at Everwinter by throwing a size 1.
You're a better man than us.
Got the last damage through on Magneto on Angela. Stole that game.
See, I think like Bill can just walk up and like throw the size 4 cable.
No, you walk and throw the size 3 at bullseye. He's probably trying to measure the size 4 into bullseye.
You think he wants to just try to get rid of that activation so
I
Bishop
think
doesn't
that's
die?
a pretty sealed up game. I don't know if he sees it. He might not have the distance on it. Yeah, Kurtis is probably just going to play conservative for the next round and game ends.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, no one can threaten. No one's going to kill Bill, right? So if he walks up and throws a size 4 at Cable, like, he has prio. So he's going to kill her with Emma, or he's going to throw another building at Cable next round. I don't think Cable makes it through the next to activate again.
Cable's dead, man.
Oh no, he's going to get beat.
Yeah, throw the size 4 at Cable and just punch him in the face.
No, he's... Yeah.
No. There you go.
And then if he's magically alive, you just walk Spender him with Emma. Call it a day. Yeah, see, he's just dead. Takes 5. He's dead.
What's he doing?
Yeah, he scooped.
Yep.
Yeah, brutal.
All right.
I'd never seen that animation before.
Did he flip the table?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Goes. All right.
Crash.
That's a screenshot for it.
All right, fellas. You guys there? Hey.
Sure.
Hey. Congrats, Kurtis. Now that you got locked into playing Hellfire Club for an entire tournament, you were able to take it home, huh?
Yeah, no last minute Cabal pivots and getting knocked out in the first 2 hours of cuts. So yeah, a little happier with how this went than last time.
And congrats, Sooner, for getting second place this season with X-Force when no one else was kind of out there doing that. I know a lot of people in the X-Force chat were really excited to see you make a deep run with them this season, so that's something to be super proud of.
Thank you.
All right, fellas. I don't know if you guys have any questions for these gentlemen, or if anyone in the chat has any questions.
I don't have anything. I just want to say I
tough
think
game to have questions about. In my
yeah,
opinion.
Exactly. There was a lot of wilds being rolled from Bishop, and I mean you were playing to the outs. Yeah, I mean Mike was calling out Schmid the outs that you had, and if 23 or Deadpool hit some of the attacks in that last round, you know it's a different game.
Well, 23 could have killed. I mean, it's pretty realistic that she could have killed Bishop, Okoye, and Zemo. And I think if she does that, I have a really good chance to win this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She needs to do 4 damage to Bishop. He's rolling 3 dice. Obviously, if he keeps hitting his wilds like he does, then she doesn't have a chance. But 23 doing 4 damage to a 3 physical defense model with a spender is... I've done it a bajillion times.
Yeah, Kurtis, you told me before the game that your intention was to bring Bishop no matter what, and I think you got a pretty good scenario for him. I'm sure you were pretty excited about that.
Yeah, I wanted to bring him. I know, in the past, Sooner's been very good at murdering rhinos and stuff, so I thought Bishop and Bill would be good options to go pick stuff up with Cable, Cat, and Mousing on a lot of the different scenarios we could have played, but I like having him here to kind of have 2 models, well, 3 if you include Emma, that can deal with Dynamo at range and toss him away and stuff. So, yeah, I thought he would be good here.
It's funny because this game started out looking like I was going to run away with it with the first attack of the game. And then it went Because like if Bishop goes down round one, I mean, I think you're in a world of hurt personally. And so Dynamo hitting him for 4 damage right there. I knew you had Okoye to bodyguard him, but yeah, it was a good play. I debated on picking up with Dynamo, but I mean, then you get to shoot me with Emma and shoot me with Bishop and shoot me with Okoye, and I just wasn't comfortable with that.
Yeah, I think once he's incinerated from Bishop, and then that's just a lot of dice going into him from range 4. So I agree with you there.
So.
Sooner, when the crises rolled out, you and I had talked previously about, and you didn't mention anything about Gamma being concerned. How were you feeling about cubes and Gamma there before we rolled the dice?
Yeah, I mean, this is the least of my 3. This is I would rather have Infinity or Intrusions. Intrusions is obviously my ideal pick, but I'd rather have Infinity. He already has all the power in the world, so I don't know. I mean, look, Gamma's just a dice game basically in this at this point. He has a lot of good displacement for Dynamo. Kurtis is a very good player. He played it very well. I had my chances. I mean, I rolled a lot of dice. I just didn't get any spikes to do it. I mean, Dynamo roll 31 dice and did 3 damage in 31 dice. I mean, it just didn't work out. It's just the way the game goes. It's the way Gamma goes. I brought it, so I can't be mad that, I made it into a middle dice brawl and didn't get the dice. I mean, it's just the way the game goes. I just wish the finals would have been a little less variance, so we could have seen a little better play. Yeah. I mean, Kurtis played great.
Yeah,
Bunkered up
I don't
like
think
he does with Hellforce. And so if I get Bishop, so it's not even like round 1. Like if Deadpool does 2 damage to Bishop, then I bunker up. And so he has to come to me because now I have the extracts flipped. So there were just a lot of things in the game that unfortunately just from myself didn't go my way, but it's the nature of the beast.
Yeah, I don't think there was anything you did during the course of the game at all that we thought was particularly surprising. I mean, you went for the lines that made a lot of sense. It just didn't really happen for you. I think the only time that maybe we had a question was the last round where you went into, was it Bishop, Mike, that you were calling out? You were looking for a different line, right?
Activating Deadpool before like Dynamo.
Look, I said that, but honestly, if Deadpool kills Bishop, then it's the correct play, right? So I think Deadpool has better odds to kill Bishop because there's -1 defense dice.
Deadpool is by far the best way to kill Bishop, by far in that situation. And so I had to kill Bishop because I knew he was going to walk up and do what. I mean, Bishop activating one. I mean, that ended the game. I mean, basically. And so Deadpool has to. I needed the best odds to kill him, and unfortunately, dice didn't to go my way.
Why was Deadpool? I'm genuinely
He's rolling four physical with 2 rerolls. He has Bang Bang, and Bishop only rolls 3 defense dice. Whereas against Dynamo, I'm just doing 2 5 dice.
Oh, and Bishop's a 4 defense dice, right? Yeah.
4 defense with wilds. So
okay, that makes sense.
the odds of rolling a wild on 3 dice are not high at all. He kept doing it all game. That's just it is what it is. It's so yeah, I mean Deadpool has the best odds there.
Yeah, and Kurtis, the only time during the game that we had any real questions was we were semi-surprised to see the Zemo walk away, but I saw you were really debating that call. What else were you thinking about doing there, and did you have any concerns about moving Zemo essentially out of the game at that point?
I don't know. I did a little bit of math in my head and thought I could sneak away with enough points that would be okay. But really the challenge was if I had just gone with Bishop there or someone else, I think Zemo was way too easy of a target for him to come in and take 2 of my points. Like Cable or Dynamo probably kills him pretty trivially. So I just thought it was better for me to have those points safe than potentially me lose 2 points and him gain 2 points. And like I don't know if it was too soon or not. I mean, clearly with how the rest of them rolled, it was fine. But yeah, that's kind of what I thought. And I had Bill. I thought even if he killed Bishop, who didn't have any points on him, I could go Bill and be a bit disruptive and create some space and probably still score 4 points that round. And then I have 2 on Zemo for the next round and only need 1 more. So I thought it would be okay. And I liked it better than Zemo just dying and losing 2 cubes and risking not being able to get them back.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kurtis, if people didn't hate Hellfire before, then winning the TTS League certainly doesn't do you any favors there. So now we have
I just want to say that the leadership on Gamma is so insanely good.
Yep.
I mean, it's just so insanely good all the time, but I didn't really realize it. I mean, God, that leadership. Anyway.
Yeah, it's well tread ground.
It's too good.
I think what they should have done is they should probably do a team tactic card update soon and probably nerf the leadership.
Yeah, they definitely had an opportunity last week, and I think a lot of us were looking for it and hoping for it.
We're just lucky they're not popular. Like, if a bunch of people played them, I mean, it would just be game over.
They're definitely more popular online than they are in person. Like at ACO, we only had one who brought it there. And I haven't seen anyone offline really playing it at in our local metas, except for myself at bigger events. That's about it. At the end of the day, it's a toy game, and people like playing with their thematic toys a little bit more than playing with necessarily the best thing. It's why you don't see as much Thanos as maybe you should have in the past at events. It is what it is. But Mike, unless you or Schmid have any closing thoughts, or Kurtis or Sooner, I think we can wrap this up here. And congratulations to both of you for having a great run in the TTS League. And Kurtis, I look forward to seeing if you can repeat it again next season.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. And thanks for the game, Sooner. I wish it was more interesting with the variants, but we always have good games, and I'm sure we'll play lots more.
Yeah, you played excellent. I mean, I don't want to take anything away from you. I mean, you played great. You bunkered up. I was just waiting for a massive dynamo beam, but I just kept dying, so I didn't get it. But you kept bunkering up, and my eyes were just lighting up with like, all right, I'm going to roll a bunch of dice here in a second. But you did good. Played great, man. Congrats.
Thanks.
All right. Yeah, I just want to congratulate both players. I'll start with Sooner. Hey, yeah, Sooner's my bro. He had a great run. The dice didn't show up. I think the dice, like Morgan always said, right? Like the dice make you a genius or an idiot, and so I wouldn't knock Sooner on any of his play. I thought both players played really well, and I want to congratulate Kurtis. It's pretty well deserved. Kurtis has been kind of slaying everybody for a while, and he grinds like no other. So. And you can't really knock him for playing one of the best things in the game. I mean, it is what it is. If you want to win, play the best thing. Like, there's no reason to be upset about it.
Yeah, to be fair, Kurtis, I don't know. We know you like to joke around a little bit online and poke fun at people, but I've had nothing but incredibly positive experiences, pick up games with you and talking with you. But I think it's also something to be said that while we all thought Hellfire Club was starting to get pretty strong when Pat picked it up, and Mike, I know you had Andrew on your podcast last year around May, something like that. But it was Kurtis doing the next level innovation with it and taking it to like this seemingly unbeatable place. If you win 90% of your games, regardless of how strong that thing is, it's really impressive, right? There's a lot of other people like myself playing Hellfire Club that are doing well with it and maybe better than what our normal averages are, but to hit to 95% win rate with something is really, really impressive. And despite how good that thing is, I think you should give yourself a pat on the back for playing it as effectively as you have.
He pats himself on the back every day. Don't even tell him to do that.
I haven't experienced that, but maybe I'm just lucky.
You're just not in the Meatman group chat.
Fair enough.
No, I mean, look, like I've been playing this list for over a year, and I feel like it is probably too good But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna trade. My last experience with A-Force, when it got quite good, there was a big crisis change, and it nuked a lot of the ideas I had in the list. So sometimes the meta turns in your favor, and a list gets really good that you happen to have a lot of practice with. And I wasn't about to go play something else because I thought it was too strong. We'll let. I mean, I would love AMG to do something about it, but for a competitive event like this, I thought I would try to get my league win, strike while the iron was hot, and go play some Asgard after this.
Hell yeah.
All right, guys.
Actually, I do have one question. Kurtis, now that this is over, where do you see Hellfire going? I guess what are your plans to do with it?
Yeah, I think there's a lot more room to dual affiliate now. I mean, I got to test a bunch of stuff out. I think like new characters like Sif and Shang-Chi and maybe even Namor are very, like, they fill some roles that Hellfire has well. I think that there's like a lot of chances to dual affiliate the attrition plans, whether it's like Cabal or Asgard or even A-Force. Like, there's a lot of options there with all the team tactics being free. And I think like it's really subtle, but with them not touching fallback at all, having access to like brace, sack, fallback, recal, Hellfire Club, like, kind of guarantees that no matter what, like, Hellfire will have 5 playable cards, and which is really good. Plus you add in Robbery and I Am a Baron, and I think they're fine from that perspective. And so with that and like survival when it comes out and stuff, I think Hellfire is still the top thing in the game. Like, it got touched for sure, but yeah, there's a lot more options now to dual affiliate the attrition plan and make up for some of the weaknesses that I'll be exploring a bit here.
Yeah, that was kind of the conclusion I came to as well. So,
Sooner, are
Yeah,
you going
I'm
to
on
go
another
next
track.
first? Sorry, I want to
Oh
ask you.
God, no.
I was say because you've done real. I mean, you went 5-0 at squad goals. You got the second here.
Yeah,
waiting to
no,
build off for a
You've
while.
done your due. You did what you want to do.
I did my duty with X-Force. I don't have a high. I love X-Force. I think they're very fun to play.
Mhm.
As a competitive player, I don't think they're very good in a tournament. They have and the stats back that up. I don't. Everybody that's like, oh, X-Force is so good. Like, yeah, they can be. Just like a lot of things can be. But in a 5-round tournament, they don't hold up. They just don't.
Yeah, no, I totally get what you're saying. I totally
Yeah,
see.
they don't have any plan B. So when plan A, like tonight, doesn't go your way, it's just you lose, basically.
Yeah, and if we're a strong player, like, you don't. It doesn't feel good when like you can only do a plan A, right?
Yeah, and I do think that the more efficient you get with that plan and the better you get with that plan and everything, then yeah, you're gonna win a lot more games and you can do stuff like 5-0 at squad goals and stuff. But yeah, I'm just tired of I'm tired of games like this. The next list I'm gonna play is gonna have a shit ton of displacement in it.
There you go. We'll look out for it. Thanks, everyone.
Yep.
All right, fellas. I appreciate the extended interview we kind of had here at the end. I think hit all our closing thoughts. I think we've got everything the chat has been asking us about. So great season, and look forward to competing with you guys again next season. Sooner, are you going to play in
Talk to you fellas later.
All right.
I am not. I'm not playing next season. Even if I won, I was not playing next season. But good luck to all you guys.
All right. I'll catch you in the Sunbelt Conference.
Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah.